Hey, 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 it's hump day, and we've got storms on the way. A summer cool front bringing a little less hot temperatures to parts of the state, but with it, rain, rain, rain. Let's talk about it in this Wednesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Hi, y'all, it's Wednesday, the 30th of July, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy and Chief David Reimer. I just want to say a big old thank you for taking time out of your day to tune in to us here on the Texas Weather Center. I know there are plenty of choices out there where you can get your weather information, and definitely appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this old bald fool yippity yap about the weather. We'll get on with it as to not waste any of your precious time. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model going into this afternoon, tonight, and Thursday. Guess what? We're going to have plenty of showers and storms this afternoon through Thursday morning across the Panhandle of Texas. At times, some of those thunderstorms may produce gusty winds, small hail, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, and heavy rain. There is the potential we could see a bit of flash flooding occur tonight in the Panhandle, especially north of Interstate 40 up near Dalhart up in the north and northwestern Panhandle. So, that means it's time to say some of our favorite sayings. When thunder roars, go indoors, and turn around, don't drown. A lot of those pastures and prairie land may end up having some water spill over onto roadways, especially if they're not a bit elevated. So, remember, keep an eye out for floodwaters and high water on roads overnight. Going into Thursday, we're going to see a cool front, pretty much in name only, with a northerly wind shift of sorts, slowly moves south into the northern half of the state, and with that, we're going to see an uptick in cloud cover and the potential for scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms across the northern third to the northern half of the state. Not everyone's going to get rain. It'll be probably a 30 to 50% coverage, meaning half of y'all at least are going to stay dry. But some of y'all could get some locally heavy rainfall, dangerous cloud to ground lightning, gusty winds, you know, the whole spiel of summer storms. So again, it's time for When Thunder Roars, Go Indoors. I'm not going to lie, I actually almost said turn around, don't drown. I mean, that's applicable too, but in this case, I was going for the whole When Thunder Roars, Go Indoors thing. When you get so many sayings in your head, sometimes they become jumbled. All right, here's the wildfire danger for the next few days from the Texas A&M Forest Service. We're generally dealing with low to moderate fire danger across the state. We are seeing some uptick in initial attack activity with grass fires increasing because it's been so warm now for a good week. But overall, we're not doing too bad. Areas of slightly higher fire danger possible in the Big Bend, the Concho Valley, the Permian Basin, into parts of West Texas over the next few days, though the fire danger across West Texas and points north will moderate into Friday, thanks to some of the rain and slightly less hot temperatures. Here's the upper air pattern over the next week from the European weather model. As we continue, you can see we have a weakening heat dome now, kind of starting to shift into the southwestern United States after sitting on us for a few days. That is what is allowing some weak northwesterly flow aloft to kind of bring that not as hot front down into northern parts of the state today, tomorrow, into Friday, with that associated chance of rain. But if you think summer is over, you must not have lived in Texas very long because, well, whatever cool-off we have, and I use the word cool-off in pure definition only, it's not going to stick around long. And the heat dome is coming back with a vengeance next week, it looks like. So gear up because triple digits are coming back next week. That's probably, yeah. So, here's a long-range American weather model, the global forecast system. Again, heading into Friday, scattered thunderstorms possible in the northern half of Texas with dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning, gusty winds, small hail, locally heavy rain. Going into the weekend, we could still see another round of isolated scattered showers and storms, maybe the northern two-thirds of Texas. Now, before you hear me say that, most of y'all will not get rain. We're talking the typical afternoon pop-up thunderstorms. Same thing on Sunday. You can see this model doing it, though each subsequent day, notice we have fewer and fewer storms. And that is as the influence of our little cool front dissipates and we begin to reestablish that upper-level heat dome. So, again, today, tomorrow, Friday, best chance for storms, northern two-thirds of the state, and the only relative sense I can think of. And then going into next week, temperatures are going back up. Tropical mischief-wise, from the National Hurricane Center, zilch, zero, nada in the Gulf, Caribbean, and Atlantic the next 7 days. And, well, that's because most of the activity we're seeing right now is in the Central and Eastern Pacific. This map's lit up like a figurative Christmas tree. We have a major hurricane southwest of Hawaii. We have a tropical storm southeast of Hawaii. And, oh yeah, 3 more systems that have at least a 50-50 shot at becoming tropical systems within the next 5 to 7 days. None of that is going to have an impact on our weather here in Texas. But once we start to shift kind of out of the Pacific phase, these things happen in phases. If you watch us long enough, you'll usually see, typically, if the Pacific's going nuts, the Atlantic's usually less active. We're probably going to flip this around in the coming weeks, and hopefully the Atlantic doesn't look like this. But to be fair, this is kind of what we were dealing with this time last year, when we were like, where's all the Atlantic hurricanes? And then suddenly we went holy moly guacamole for 6 weeks. So we'll see, right? It only takes one. Today's high temperature forecast, guess what? It's hot. We're looking at about 103 in DFW, 102 in Vernon, about 100 in Sweetwater, Abilene, 98 Odessa, Midland, 94 in El Paso, 97 Lubbock, 92 Amarillo, 103 in Laredo, 100 Del Rio, 101 in McAllen and San Antonio, Austin, and Waco. Very near 100 in Houston. We're looking at 100 in Tyler and Texarkana. Hot. Tomorrow, highs only in the 80s, the Panhandle, West Texas. Everyone else, guess what? DFW, you may make a crack at 104. It's going to be hot. We're looking at triple digits. Waco, Austin, San Antonio, 101 to 102. We're looking at about 99 in Houston. 101 in Tyler, 101 in Texarkana. Del Rio, 104 Laredo, 101 in McAllen. Friday, a little less warm. DFW, we're about 6 to 9 degrees less hot, which, it's still the mid to upper 90s, but is what it is. By definition, it's less hot. Only 83 in Amarillo, about 90 in Lubbock. We're still in the 90s to triple digits southeastern half of the state. Though, hey, again, maybe we could get some pop-up showers and storms. That would cool things off in the afternoon for some of y'all. Heading back into Saturday, low 90s across the northern half of let me rephrase that. Upper 80s, Arklatex, Northeast Texas, about 92 in DFW, so a good, 12 degrees cooler compared to Thursday? 90 Amarillo, 93 in Lubbock, 98 in El Paso, 105 in Laredo, 101 in McAllen. We're still in the triple digits in San Antonio. It's hot. And then going into Sunday, the triple digits start returning north, and then going into next week, I'll tell you what, it is looking hot. So it makes absolute sense as we take a look at the long-range outlook for the first week of August from the Climate Prediction Center. Hot across the state of Texas as the heat dome sets up shop right over us. Probably some of the hottest weather of the summer coming next week, especially across the western half of the state. Precipitation outlook. This is more like what we're used to seeing here in the summer months. Below average precipitation chances across a good chunk of the state of Texas. So again, it's not much, but whatever cool down or less hot weather, humid weather you can enjoy the next few days across the northern half of the state, do it, because it is going to be very hot next week with not a lot of rain. So that's it for your Texas Weather Roundup. As always, you can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, daily Texas weather roundups, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers or you download apps to your device, and we'll keep an eye on the sky heading into tonight up in the Panhandle, where we do have a risk for at least some flooding issues. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate you giving us part of your day. We appreciate it all. And with that being said, since clearly I'm out of things to say, it's time to say adios, som as well, Peter Zane. Bye-bye. God bless.